Yellowjacket men continue their homestand this week with games against Western Washington and Northwest Nazarene. Garrett, you'll be back on the field. Talk about what you're excited for in this week leading up to these games.
Yeah, it's going to be good to be back. Hopefully, I can help the team to get back on track. You know, we had an 8-game unbeaten streak. Just got beat by Simon Fraser last week. It was a good game. Could have gone either way against the number 2 team in the country. It was. I think we can definitely take some confidence from it. Although it was a frustrating game, and I think we got a lot to be confident about heading into these 2 games against Western and NNU.
And with this midway point in the season as it is, Western's the team you haven't seen yet. What are your expectations heading into Thursday's game?
Western's always a pretty good team. You know, they're a good program. They always have skilled players there. So far, I think they've kind of been middle of the pack in the GNAC. Expecting a hard-fought game. It's always really physical, and but they also have the ability to put the ball down on the ground and play, so it should be a good game.
And then Saturday you'll have Northwest Nazarene. You guys were able to go in, have success, win 3-0 at their place. What will it take to replicate that kind of performance coming up this weekend?
You know, when we went to their place, we brought a lot of intensity. I don't think they were quite ready for the speed of play that we brought at them. And I think if we can replicate that and just come at them, you know, full bore, I think we'll have a lot of success again.
And then Saturday will be a little extra meeting to the match. MSUB kicks Cancer Day. It's an annual tradition. You've been here 5 years now with the Yellowjackets, your 5th season. Talk about what that day means a little bit and why it's special for you guys.
Well, since cancer is hit so close to home in our program with Trevor Wildberger and with Sebastian Easton, that's, you know, it's obviously a very big day for us emotionally, and it means a lot for us to be able to kind of support the cause and give back to those families and to all the other families who are looking on, who have been affected by cancer. And so, you know, having that be a tradition every year really means a lot to us.
I think that we was playing against the second team in the nation, so it was a really important game. I think that the first half we created a lot of opportunities, so we had to finish in these opportunities, but we didn't. Then the second half we were like 11 against 10 because they lost a man in the first half, and we didn't score. So I think that we had to do better and be more clinical in the goal.
And talk about how you've been playing this season on the defensive unit, what it's been like being on the team, your first year with the Yellowjackets.
Okay, I'm really glad to be here, to be in MSUB, because it's a real great group. It's like a family. I'm not kidding, it's a real family. And in defensive line, I feel really good because I have Reese on the left, and also I had Garret, and probably is going to play with us in the next game. I feel comfortable, and I think also that we are doing a great job in the back line.
And talk about another player, Flavio, who's also from Italy, so someone that you can get along with really closely. He's been playing very well in the midfield for the team. Talk about the connection that you two have.
Okay, me and Flavio are really close each other because for me it's like a brother here in MSUB. We did all the bureaucratic process together, and we didn't believe to come here, and now he's really like my brother, because when I want to speak more deeper about stuff and thoughts, I always stay with him. He's a really good player. He's helping us in the midfield. He always dribble a man. He's really close to score, but he didn't score yet, so I hope for him to score in the next game.
And talk about your next games this week. Western Washington will be on Thursday. I know you've never seen them before. It will be a new team for you. What are your thoughts of heading into that game?
Okay, I think that the team is really focused on that game. I don't know the team, but they told me it's a nice team. So there is just one thing to do, and that I'm thinking we just need a win, because our goal is to go to an NAAC final, and so we just have to win to take 3 points.
And then Saturday, Northwest Nazarene will come here. You had success on the road. You beat them 3-0 at their place. What will be the same this time? What do you hope to do to repeat that result?
Okay, I think, yeah, we already won with them, and I think we had just to repeat that match. But I mean, we don't have to be like too confident, because if we will be too confident, we are probably going to lose that game. So like anything happen, and we have like to be focused on the game and determined.
I thought we started the game really well. We took it to them. We created a couple of very, very good scoring opportunities. They fell to 10 men, and then in the second half, we failed to capitalize on that man-more situation. I don't think that we played well at all in the second half. We didn't execute on our game plan, which was pretty clear. And we need to make sure that we learn from this, because these are opportunities that don't come around every day. And our players need to understand that. The rankings came out today, and we're ranked 9th in the region, which is still very, very close to that threshold of the 6th place, which will qualify for a national tournament, the first round of the national tournament. But our players need to understand that the way this season has developed, and with other teams in our region really losing games that they shouldn't have lost, we're still in contention. And this season from now on can go two ways. Either we're going to be content with fighting for a winning season like we did last year, or we can really put ourselves in a great situation where we can qualify for the first time in the history of this program for the national tournament. I don't think that we need to really beat around the bush. The guys know what's at stake, but it's in their hands. Everybody needs to be on the same page if we want to keep fighting for that chance to qualify for a national tournament.
Comment on one of your younger players who stepped up, maybe was your best player in the last game, Oliver Posarelli, on the defensive line. He's really transitioned not only to a new country, but on a new team, and to play the way he's been playing. Talk about that.
He's been a rock for us in the back. He's played nearly every minute, and there's a reason for that. As a freshman to come in like that, obviously comes from a different pedigree back home in Italy, but you still need to get the job done, and he's one of the players that hit the ground running. As a center back, he's got 2 goals already, which is relatively rare, especially in a competitive conference like ours. But he has proven to be a true leader. He's worn the captain's armband a couple of times early on in the season already, and he's one of the guys that we're going to be able to build our program around for years to come. I feel like, just like there's a couple of other freshmen that have come in and done a very good job early on in the season, and that hopefully we can keep here at MSUB and that we can build a program around. But certainly the future looks bright for us. But as always, first things first, and that's our game against Western Washington on Thursday. But the way Oliver has come in to get back to him is an inspiration, I think, also for the younger players around him, because if a freshman like him can do it, then there's no reason for them not to be able to do it. So very happy with what he's given us so far early on in the season.
One team remains in the GNAC that you haven't played yet. That's Western Washington. You'll see them first on Thursday. That'll mark the halfway point in the conference season. Your thoughts hosting the Vikings Thursday?
It's going to be a very interesting game and a battle. We know how they play. They know how we play. We've faced each other numerous times in the past. It's always a very even game. We've beat them 3 times out of the last 4 games, which is good for us. It's good for our confidence. But they had a decent start to the season, and I know they're going to come here to try to win the game. They're going to be very physical, very direct, as they always are. They're well coached. It's going to be nice to see former student athlete and former assistant coach Connor Moe again. But for those 90 minutes, 100 minutes, 110 minutes, we're going to set our feelings aside, and we're going to try to beat them just like they're going to try to beat us. But it's going to be a very competitive GNAC game, Division II game, as it always is. But also a game that we need to utilize, that we need to use to get back to winning ways, and that we need to use to stay in that top 10 of the West region.
Saturday, you'll face Northwest Nazarene, a team you had good success against on the road. You beat them 3-0 at their place. Comment on that match. It'll also be MSUB Kicks Cancer Day.
That day is going to be a special day for us, for all of us. It's going to be another opportunity for us to honor Trevor Wildberger. It's going to be another opportunity for us to to honor Sebastian Easton and his family whose lives have been touched by cancer. But at the same time, it's going to be a game that is very important for us. First things first, as I told you already earlier, Western Washington's first, but we would like to think that we're going to be able to set ourselves up for a situation where the game against Northwest Nazarene is going to be very important for the remainder and for the outcome of the season. They're a team that tries to play a little bit more than Western Washington. They try to keep it on the deck a little bit more. Their style may suit us a little bit more as well. But I'm sure they're going to come to our field after us beating them on their field 3-0, trying to get revenge, and we need to make sure that doesn't happen.